What made you comfortable that this was the time to say yes to the extension?
Um, I mean, this is what God wanted. It was presented before me, and thought about it, prayed on it, and that's what God put on my heart. So I followed along with it.
Was this on your mind at all during the season, or did you do a good job in your mind of kind of compartmentalizing and not worrying about it?
No, I wasn't worried about it at all. I just went out there and did what I was supposed to do. I know everything else was going to handle itself.
What does this mean to you?
It means a lot. It's been a long journey. The journey is not over; it's just starting. So it means a lot to me. It means a lot to my family. All the long nights, early mornings that I've been, putting in the work to get to where I am and to get to this point. Feels good to see that it's paying off.
You mentioned the journey's just starting. You'll be 30 when this contract expires. What do you want to have accomplished by then?
Just to live up to it. I wouldn't say expectations, but Mr. Lurie, Howie, Nick, they gave me this opportunity for a reason, because of the things I've been doing. So hopefully I can, return to them by continuing to do that and being even better.
Do you feel there's an extra responsibility now that you have this contract?
No, I wouldn't say it's extra, any more responsibilities. Continue being me. I would say that's the only thing. Just continue doing what I've been doing.
What's the next step in your game?
Continue being a student of the game. Every year things change, philosophies change, and things like that. So continue to be a student of the game. Being mentally prepared every game.
What's it mean to you to have, to be here long term with A.J. Brown for, at least the next couple of years and everything? Just, the two of you, 1-2 and everything.
It means a lot, especially being drafted here and, being able to play many more years alongside A.J., who I've grown very close to. It means a lot to be able to go out there knowing that, guys who have similar stories, guys who have the same, passion, the dedication that we have to this game. It means a lot to just go out here and be able to continue to do it alongside of him and everyone else that's in this building.
Yeah, what do you think makes you and AJ a special tandem?
I think, understanding each other, understanding where we come from. I think both of us have a great understanding of what it means to each other and the things that we sacrifice to play this game.
Is there a sense of validation when a contract like this puts you among the top in the league?
I don't seek validation from no one. I think me just going out here, doing what I've done has got me to this point, and I would like to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to do that. So as long as I'm happy, as long as my family happy, long as I understand what God's put me here to do, I'm going to continue to do that.
How much better can you get in your mind?
You can always get better. There's no such thing as you've reached your peak. You can continue to get better. You can always get better. So, as I continue to go along with my off season, continue to look at myself and the things I've done and the things I need to get better at, we'll keep doing that.
As far as timing, your fifth-year option was coming up. You maybe had some more time to maybe have a dialogue for extensions. Why now? What was the conversation there, and in terms of getting a longer-term deal at this moment with this team?
Like I said, that's what God put on my heart, and I'm never gonna second guess him or anything that he puts on my heart. So I roll with it.
We're a week away from the draft. Do you go back and think about that day at all? And if so, what's your best memory of that day?
Yeah, all the time. Just the feeling I had hearing my name called, knowing that I was coming to Philly, knowing that I was coming to play with Jalen, somebody that I've grown close to in college. Just that feeling of, weight being off my shoulders, coming to a place where I had somebody that I can relate to, somebody that I was comfortable with.
You're still, you're now like the 9th offensive starter. You may be aware of this or not, that is under contract for at least the next 2 years. What does that mean for the offense in terms of continuity and being able to grow as a team that way?
It means a lot. Being a team, it starts with your relationship with each other. I think that's a big part, having guys that, have a good relationship with each other, guys that are familiar with each other. So, everybody is comfortable pushing each other to the limits that, that are uncomfortable.
You were named captain last year.
And we also saw certain points in the season when you weren't happy with the product after games. You were pretty honest and forthright about that. How do you feel like you've developed into that role? And now that you have some stability that keeps you here through 2028, do you think you'll be more vocal now in the locker room?
I wouldn't say I'd probably be more vocal. I'm gonna still be me, the quiet guy, let everybody else, do majority of the talking. But I think captain or not, I was gonna feel the same way about how the end of the season went. When you're somebody that puts a lot into this game and know the work that you put in and you expect a lot out of it, that's kind of the feeling that you have. But you also understand, that's part of the game. You're gonna have ups and downs and things like that. Everything is not gonna always go smooth. So you have to always be ready for it, and when it comes, you have to be ready to respond.
What's your view of playing in this city? What made you want to commit to, playing through 2028?
I understand, expectations are high in this city. The fans, they expect a lot of you. And when you're not playing up to it, they let you know. And me, being the person I am, nobody's harder on me than myself. So, nothing that fans say or things like that can actually get to me. And, I embrace it. I embrace it because it just shows that, the fans love it. They live and breathe Philly. Not only us, but basketball, baseball, everything. They love it, and you want to be in a city like that. And I always say, I don't think there's a better sports city than Philadelphia.
Now that you've had time to reflect on last season, can you put your finger on what went wrong, and why do you think things will be different in Kellen Moore's offense? Why do you think things might be different in 2024?
Well, last year was last year. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about this year. Like you said, new OC here, getting familiar with his terminology and things like that. So, last year was last year. Nothing I can do about that besides grow, within myself, getting better at the things that I need to get better at. But, I'm looking forward to this year.
You mentioned your excitement level when you got drafted about joining Jalen. Now that you've kind of helped each other reach these big contracts, is there a sense of pride behind that?
We're always happy for each other. He called, congratulated me. And, with us, it's always, looking forward to the things to come. So like I said, learning new offense, putting things together that we did very well last year with Kellen, and putting things that he done very good last year, and putting together and, trying to get back ultimately to win a Super Bowl.
Callen's terminology, how much different, is it harder, is it a lot different than what it was before?
I don't know much about it right now. Right now just really getting myself together, getting my body right, really haven't dove into it that much.
A lot of times when a team has like two star receivers, there could be problems, jealousies or whatever, who's getting how many targets. You and AJ have such a, healthy relationship. It seems like, what is behind that? How did you guys get to that point?
Like I said, two guys that understand one another. I think the relationship that we have has made us be able to, take the games where we don't have the big games, and the other one does, be able to just, be happy for each other. It's never a time that we're sitting up there, we're mad at each other or mad at anyone about not getting targets. But, let's be realistic. Everybody wants to be a part of the game. Everybody wants to make that big play. And you should be happy that you have a guy like that, because you have a lot of guys that when that time comes, they'll shy away from the moment. You have a guy like him, you have a guy like me that we're never going to shy away from the moment. When that moment comes, we always want to be a part of it. And I think that's the good thing about it. And, everybody wants to spin it this way and that way. But, you have two guys who want to be the alpha. And I feel like that's a good thing. And you have two guys that are happy for each other. Me and AJ, we talk every day. We call each other every day. We make sure that we talk on the phone every day, whether it's football, it's life. Last night we had the kids on the phone talking, babies just sitting there doing a baby talk. So, just us being real close outside of football. Football is one thing, but I think just the relationship off the field with each other.
With
you and AJ, where do you think you two can rank currently in terms of wide receiver tandems in the entire league?
You're going to ask me, I'm going to always bet on me and my guy. And I'm pretty sure you asking other guys, they're going to bet on them and their guy. So that's your answer.